The phone updates overnight. The car becomes software. Payments move instantly. Everything feels normal. But none of this is neutral. Every system you use belongs to someone. Every standard was chosen. Every update locks something in. Countries no longer compete loudly. They compete by becoming unavoidable, by building systems others must join. Once a system spreads, that dependence follows, and changing it becomes expensive. This is how modern power works, not through invasion, through integration. Global competition didn't announce itself, it simply became part of daily life. Global competition no longer announces itself with speeches or borders. It moves quietly through supply chains, standards, platforms, and systems people use every single day. Phones update overnight. Cars become rolling software. Networks decide speed, access, compatibility. These changes feel normal, but they quietly determine who controls modern economic pathways. Countries compete by shaping systems others must join. Participation feels optional at first, but withdrawal becomes costly once habits, infrastructure, and dependence settle in. The United States builds platforms, finance, and advanced technology ecosystems. China builds scale, manufacturing depth, and rapid diffusion. Japan refines precision and component mastery. Germany anchors high-end industrial production. None of this feels aggressive, yet leverage shifts. When systems spread, dependence follows, and influence forms without visible confrontation. This is why modern competition feels invisible. It is not about headlines. It is about becoming unavoidable, embedding standards into daily life before politics ever reacts. Technology becomes power only when it can be produced reliably. Ideas matter, but factories decide scale, speed, cost, and whether innovation reaches the real world. Chips, batteries, machines, and networks require coordination across thousands of firms. Production is not invention alone. It is systems working continuously under pressure. China built advantage through volume and speed, compressing learning curves through repetition. Scale turns mistakes into lessons faster, lowering costs and accelerating mastery. The United States built advantage through design, software, and intellectual control layered across global production, capturing value even when manufacturing happens elsewhere. Japan specializes in critical components few can replace. Germany turns engineering into durable export trust. These differences shape resilience during shortages and disruptions. Technology races are industrial races. Whoever controls production pathways controls timelines, recovery speed, and resilience. That advantage compounds quietly during global crises. Global competition intensifies when products evolve into ecosystems. Cars, phones, and industrial machines now combine hardware, software, energy, and networks, linking economies beyond simple manufacturing. Smartphones integrate payments, identity, and communication. Industrial equipment connects factories across borders. Countries embed influence inside these systems, shaping choices without announcing dominance. The United States dominates platforms and operating layers. China integrates manufacturing, logistics, and domestic scale. Japan supplies precision parts. Germany anchors complex machinery others depend on. Smaller countries participate by aligning with stable, accessible systems. Integration is strategic. It determines cost, reliability, and access, creating operational dependence invisible at first glance. Over time, trade habits solidify. Habit becomes structure. Structure becomes power. Disruption exposes who can substitute and who cannot. Systems reveal resilience or fragility quietly. Products appear neutral, but their ecosystems are not. Control hides in standards, integration, and dependencies. Power accumulates silently, shaping global influence without speeches or borders. When competition tightens, stress exposes structure. Strong systems bend quietly. Weak ones transmit shocks directly to households. The difference determines how deeply global pressure impacts daily life. Countries with deep production slow impact. Orders fall, but factories adapt. Employment strains, but skills remain. Governments buy time. Systems absorb stress before citizens feel immediate collapse. Import-dependent economies face faster pressure. Prices react immediately. Currency confidence thins. Policy options narrow. Households notice uncertainty before officials do. The system's weakness becomes personal. The United States absorbs stress through scale and institutional buffers. China stabilizes through state coordination. Japan relies on efficiency. Germany leverages industrial continuity to maintain confidence. Smaller economies feel competition as volatility, not strategy. Rapid adaptation is necessary. Aligning with larger systems reduces exposure. Misalignment amplifies fear, instability, and uncertainty for citizens. Competition is not humiliation or collapse. It is structural resilience. Belief follows stability. Systems that preserve continuity protect trust. Systems that fail transmit pressure directly to people. As competition deepens, money stops being neutral. Capital flows towards systems that feel durable, scalable, and protected. Continuity becomes more important than innovation alone. The dollar benefits because platforms, trade routes, contracts, and enforcement remain predictable. Investors reward stability. Confidence follows systems that consistently function under pressure, domestically and globally. China channels capital internally, directing credit toward strategic industries. Japan anchors finance to long-term industrial networks. Germany aligns banks with exporters. Coordination creates resilience, drawing funding reliably. Weak systems see hesitation. Money exits or pauses. Currency pressure appears after structural weaknesses emerge, not before. Capital flows follow behavior, not theory, reinforcing durable economies silently. People experience tighter credit, higher costs, and slower opportunity. Global competition reshapes financial gravity. Systems that attract money bend stress internally while protecting households and industry. Trust shifts slowly, not instantly. Reversing capital flows is expensive, politically sensitive, and difficult. Financial confidence rewards alignment of production, governance, and structural power consistently over time. Most countries cannot dominate global competition. They choose alignment pragmatically. Governments assess access, affordability, reliability, integrating into systems promising continuity over autonomy and ideological purity. Some align with American platforms and finance. Others integrate with Chinese manufacturing and infrastructure. Japan and Germany anchor specialized niches that many economies depend on. Alignment reshapes supply chains, standards, and training. Once chosen, switching becomes costly. Skills specialize, infrastructure locks in, and trade routes stabilize over time globally consistently. Smaller economies trade flexibility for stability. They gain access but accept constraints. This is adaptation, not weakness, reducing uncertainty while limiting independent strategic maneuvering capacity. Global competition rewards clarity more than neutrality. Hesitation increases exposure. Clear alignment reduces friction, lowers costs, and channels pressure into manageable institutional pathways over time. The world organizes into overlapping networks, not unified markets. Systems coexist, interact, strain each other. Alignment determines which pressures countries absorb or avoid long-term outcomes. This competition has no finish line. There is no final winner. Advantage shifts slowly as technology, production, and power evolve across countries and industries over time. The United States maintains influence through platforms, finance, and security. China expands via scale, speed, and industrial depth. Japan preserves relevance through precision. Germany sustains trust through continuity. None of these powers can disengage without cost. None can dominate entirely. The system stabilizes through tension, distributed pressure, and adaptation rather than sudden resolution or collapse. For people, this means adjustment is constant. Prices fluctuate. Jobs evolve. Skills gain value. Governments manage pressures instead of promising certainty. Everyday life absorbs subtle stress over time. Countries with strong structures slow strain. Those without transmit it quickly. Background pressure becomes normal. Global competition silently reorganizes influence, trade, and technology without formal announcements or fanfare. The future is not dramatic choice. Understanding systems early allows positioning before options narrow. Adjustment becomes strategic, not reactive. Survival and advantage depend on insight, not speed alone.